Mortals! Hello, 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 hello. Can you all hear me clearly? Is the Mystic Weave strong today? Hello, 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 hello. I certainly hope you can. Today, as always, we'll be playing some Shining Force Legacy of Great Intention. Well, hello, Gosling Trooper. Hello, hello, MB. It is good to see you all. Now, mortals, we shall simply be doing some nice, comfy, cozy Shining Force. And this time we will get on that damn boat. Ba 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 ba. Alright. Dark Dragon, Ancients, this is what I always play. Just make sure it's not a nice boat before I embark. What happens if it's a nice boat? I'm blinking rapidly from sheer puzzlement. I mean, I know of the meme known as Nice Boat, but all I know is that it involves a nice boat being shown instead of an episode of some anime. And as far as I'm aware, it really was a nice boat. I'd quite like to gaze upon a nice boat like that sometime. Alright. Okay, so it's just left and right, there's no up and down. Which is weird. The control scheme for this game always muddles me, mortals. It's a muddling. Now. It has been many moons since we last played Shining Force. If you are unsure of where we left off, if we go in there, the battle will immediately start and we will get our behinds handed to us. But I'm not sure there's much else in this small town worthy of our attention. Ba ba bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba 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 bum ba 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 bum. Oh right, this is the secret entrance that we took to get Tia to the harbor, I think. I'm pretty sure we've explored everywhere, but I just want to double check because I think we kind of got roped into the battle now. No, that really is everything. Alright, so let's just dive right into it and get on that boat. Let's build a raft and set sail, mortals, just you and me. An adventure on the high seas. Well, this is probably going to kill me, but I might as well get us some experience points. Aha! Got any sea shanties to sing? Actually, if I can just grab the... Give me a second. Give me a second. I won't use the source, but I will grab the... Because I have been listening to a shanty recently. Well, kind of a shanty. Have you heard of the Longest Johns? I just kind of stumbled across their stuff recently. If I can just put this in like a text document or something and have it be... Okay, that'll work. Yeah, their stuff is honestly really good. I was surprised to discover it. Alright, that'll do. Alright, Tau, you're in reserve for now. Ha, Tau and now rhymes. Oh, I bid farewell to the port and the land, and as I paddle away from brave England's white sands, to search for my long ago forgotten friends, to search for the place I hear all sailors end. I'm doing a terrible job of it, but it's really quite good. As the souls of the dead. Yeah, no, this is more like a proper song than a sea shanty. I can't do it. But I do know some from. I got all excited because I was like, I've listened to this a bunch of times. I can sing it. I can't sing it. I can't sing Mortals. My karaoke's going to be a disaster. I've been practicing, and it's gonna suck. But I did promise it. So, but I do know some, you know, I've played me some Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. So, you know, I know some classics. Way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, she rises early in the morning. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. For where to leave port to sail to old England? Never to see Spain see Spanish ladies again? Something like that. My memory is like a sea of mortals. It only the dregs remain. Oh, the Hellhound does a lot of damage. So we need to focus a lot more on the sea bats this time. Because I feel like not focusing on the sea bats got us into a sticky wicket last time. Yes, Luke, you get in there right in the thick of it, because then they will attack, they'll swarm you. And you can take a hit. Hans, do your thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's gonna take a million years to kill these things because they're so annoyingly. Oh no. Ow. Though this isn't going well. But if I may select a topic of conversation that I just wanted to briefly touch on because it's been on my mind very recently. I hear that for the Japanese version, the classic version of Fate Grand Order, they've announced a Karen Hortensia servant. And now there are people who only play Fate Grand Order asking who Karen is and calling her a Rin face. And I just think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I just think it's so funny. I think that's so funny. Oh my, like not knowing who Karen is. I'll grant this to secondaries. Even though it is ridiculous that you don't know who Karen is. At least watch some Carnival. At least get some good Carnival Phantasm in you. But to to call her a Rin face is just, I don't know, there's something so incredibly funny about it to me. Maybe I'm just weird, mortals, maybe I'm just strange, but it strikes me as a kind of absurd humor. Oh, Gort! I forgot Gort is really good. Slap people with money. Oh. Technically, Rin is an Akiha clone. Implying even people who are like Fate fans know who Akiha is. Even I am like... I started with Fate. Like, I'm not an expert on the classic Type Moon stuff. So what do I know about Akiha? For the moment, as little as possible, until I can read her thing. And then when I finally read Tsukihime, I will be allowed to play Melty Blood. They'll give me the card and everything. And I'll be able to join in all the fun and games. I know it's not the same thing, but I do have Under Night. The only reason I haven't streamed fighting games yet is because there are so many games I want to stream for you all. So there are so many that I am not currently streaming. Remake soon, so I should stream that maybe. You are bold. You are optimistic if you think that A, the Tsukihime remake will be an equivalent experience to the original instead of like a Final Fantasy VII remake type deal, and secondly that it will come out in English. You are very bold. What strokes of fortune has life delivered upon thee to fill you with such confidence? I wish I possessed your vigor. Blaze level 2. I mean, I'm basically the same with Square Enix, so if somebody wants to be like, to be the me equivalent for Type Moon, then sure, go ahead. What have you got to lose, right? Speaking of servants getting added to Fate Grand Order, I got really annoyed when Luvia got added as a pseudo-servant. Because she was also introduced in Hollow Ataraxia, and she's also a character I really like. And they just... The art of her isn't good. Oh, May, that's our May. Yes, yes, mortals, that is our May. I mean, I'm sure you care more about the sprites, but as somebody who, like, was playing English and has now stopped, I don't play the game, so I don't see the, oh, this'll be great, watch this. Greetings, Congo! We're playing some Shining Force while also discussing, the new Karen servant in Fate Grand Order. And of course, Congo has his wisdom to share on Rin being an Akiha clone or not. He's quite the scholar, as expected of Congo. Oh no. Ah, ran out of MP, did you? Hello, Shinoxil. I mean, is Proto the same thing as... Is Proto the same thing as, a clone, though? Because, I mean, prototype. Prototype. Though I suppose that's not the same thing. But also, we were talking about how some people have been calling Karen a Rin face. Because they are not familiar with Karen Hortensia. Because they only play Fate Grand Order. Which is honestly a terrifying thought to me. Like... Why, though? I've just stumbled across the mental oddity of somebody who has only played Fate Grand Order and has not experienced any other Fate work. It's quite the conundrum. Alright, Hans, you're on the front lines. Hit that Dark Priest for some damage. I wouldn't feel too bad about making Rin upset by saying that, though. I'd feel more bad for Karen, honestly. I don't want anybody in my crew to die. I don't want anybody in my crew to die. And yet, I keep taking these hits. Amusingly, Kotomine has shown Rin more parental affection than his own daughter. Yeah, but would you... I would say that that is a net bonus to Karen and a net negative for Rin. That is what I would believe. Alright, we'll destroy this artillery with Gord. Somebody else can take out the Hellhound. Also, in a fight between Rin and Karen, I don't know. All Karen has is the Holy Shroud of Magdalene, right? And if we're talking power levels... I mean... Well, it would be unfair to give Rin the gem sword, jeweled sword Zeltrek. But even so, she would still have all of her jewel magic. Mind that Rin was strong enough to corner Caster. Yeah, that was... I mean, but that's more in terms of flexibility because of the modern era, right? Caster has more power, but her spells are simpler? I think that was it? Whereas Rin, with her disposable, gem spells, is more flexible and a modern magus, and can also surprise her with, physical attacks. Meanwhile, obviously those physical attacks aren't going to do jack. I mean, are they going to do jack to Karen? Does Karen have any sort of recourse from a physical onslaught like what Rin can do? Yeah, okay, then no, it goes to Rin. It definitely goes to Rin. Karen isn't meant to be like that level of fighter anyhow. So I think it's fine. Magical Girl Prism Ilyarin. Honestly, I don't watch Brillium because it doesn't have Shiro Emiya in it, except for the Miyuverse Shiro. Brilliaverse Shiro isn't Shiro, which is a shame. I watched Oath Under Snow because Oath Under Snow is a prequel and is set in another universe and is basically nothing to do with almost nothing to do with proper proper Prisma Ilya. No, thank you. I've seen clips and it's not to my taste. Oath Under Snow is a discount Heaven's Feel, which is why I like it so much. I'm always on board for more Heaven's Feel style Shiros. And the concept of class cards is interesting in that. Ah yes, Ken, take to the front lines and smote this Dark Priest. Well, that didn't work. Henri, save your magic and get to this point in the column. Hans may die here, but it'll be fine. We have our mages. Yeah, the Seabat just moved. We have time. We have time. But I mean, I feel like with Heaven, it is a discount Heaven's Feel in that the setup is very different. I feel like Miyuverse Shiro saw more of the cruel side of Kiritsugu Emiya, which affects him as a person. Well, not the cruel side, the cold side, maybe. Perhaps that's a better term. Alright, Gunts, time to prove yourself. Yes, that's the way. 8 points of damage. Very nice. He's already shaping up to be a real part of the team. Oh right, his reality marble of unlimited blade works. The swords are embedded in snow instead of a desert, right? That is an interesting difference. We needn't put Gort too far forward. But we will heal Luke. For all we're worth. You're welcome, Luke. The legend, Ken! He doesn't really have the matching character development for his power level. Yes, it's all very condensed, so he just suddenly sort of gets a class card that allows him to use Archer without having the... Heavens feel Shiro goes through so much before even acquiring the arm. It's not really equivalent. So I can understand exactly what you're thinking there. Viewed in that way, it really is a discount Heavens feel. But he's at least closer to Shiro Emiya than Prisma Ilyaverse proper Shiro Emiya. That man is not Shiro Emiya. So Shiro, just for the record, as long as Kiritsugu Emiya never gave Shiro Emiya his magic crest, Shiro would never be able to use Time Excel, right? I always thought that was a neat ability to have. But wait, no, it's through blood, isn't it? So since he's adopted, could Shiro even have the... I forget how magic crests work. How embarrassing. Peace through food. Ah, yes. Yes. Emiya Gohan Shiro is the most powerful Shiro. You can tell he is a true Shiro because he cooks real good. I still have to fully watch that. All of it. Start to finish. Binge. Alright, and now we start attacking the boss with a massive swath of party members. We need to deal a lot of damage to this man. A lot of it. Last time we failed. This time we shall not. But I will not be attacking him, on account of the fact that that is just foolhardy. Tao is free to cast as many blazes as she likes, though. But, ah, man, when I played Fate Grand Order, I was going for Emiya Assassin for the start because I just thought Kronos Rose was, wow, that's a lot of damage, Luke. Kronos Rose was just really cool, and I still think that is the case. I think it's a very cool ability. Yes, we're in a much better position this time. We're going to get on the boat. Very quickly, too. Hasn't even been 30 minutes. Gort standing where? Alright, Gort hit him. We are going to lose some party members. That may happen before he's dead. But we will kill him this time. We will avenge our loss from 2 weeks ago and strive forward into a new tomorrow. Oh, this is so much damage in one turn, mortals. We're going to do it. Wait, what? No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to do that one. Nope. I haven't watched it, and I shan't watch it, and I shan't watch a single Heaven's Feel movie. Unless they have Sparks Line High. If they won't animate that, I'm not gonna do it. I feel like I've heard this before, in which case, I apologize. But if I did hear it, I probably blocked it from my memory, because that is the stupidest goddamn thing I've ever heard, and I pardon my French, mortals, but... What? For those who don't know, that's the climactic final battle of the entire route! That's everything! It's pivotal! It's not even it's only the good ending! It's only the good ending! Ilya doesn't get her moment! I am not happy right now, mortals. I'm quite incensed. Who would do this? Who would do this to sweet Ilya, lovable Ilya? One of the best characters in that visual novel. They fuse it and Ilya saves him. They just skip the fight. Getting worse. This deal's getting worse all the time. Why even bother to adapt it if you're not gonna try and do a good job? I mean, hell! Didn't Dean's adaptation of Fate Root still have Shiro versus Kodamine at least? Like, if you're setting the bar lower than that, what is even the point? Come on, you're so close to death. Die! Fade from this world! Alright, I don't care. Point blank magic. Freeze. Six points of damage. Alright, Luke hit. This is your moment. Luke actually did it! Him and his low to hit. The fact that they didn't animate those two just slogging it out in the way that they do as described in the visual novel is... Ugh. I can't believe it. Oh, does Congo bring good tidings about Heaven's Feel? Oh, well, it's fine if it's short. It's not a very long fight. Like, even how it's, like, how it's described, it's not a very long conflict. It's two people at the very limits of their, like, so strained to breaking, having one final, short, brief clash. where the winner is determined simply by who expires first. As long as they handled that, like, oh. Oh, that's a weight off my shoulders, Congo. Thank you for confirming that. I would have continued on with a bad taste in my mouth. Take the ship, but please spare my life. Oh, there's a choice here. So we can just kill him. Heavens Feel 3 watch along when? Never. Absolutely not. You wanna watch Fate? We'll watch, I don't know. All the Fate stuff that I really like is in VN form, and I don't, you know, I prefer the original over the adaptions. So I guess it would have to be Carnival Phantasm or something. Heavens Feel playthrough? Congo, I feel it's not fair to do a VN read-along of something I've already played. Something new like Daizare, surely, but certainly. But I've already played I've read through all of Heavens Feel. And it would take such so many streams that, I don't know. I'd feel kind of guilty having the mortals sit through it. I love how you think the fact that I have read through all of Heavens Feel means that I can explain Heavens Feel. Alright, I let him live. Wait, Dark Soul? No! He's going to kill Balbazak! Wow. That was harsh. Well, the viewers can explain to you then. In the end, everyone benefits. No. There's plenty of more visual novel fish in the sea. I'd rather, honestly, I'd rather introduce you to like I mean, I only like one even semi-obscure visual novel, but something a bit more, I don't know, closer to home. If it was a visual novel I've already read. That's Chapter 4, The Great Fortress of Balbazak. End. Do I want to record my exploits so far? Yes. I wanted to clear 2 chapters last stream, but this was the final hurdle and we couldn't make it. Ahem. After a week at sea, sentries spotted a horde of monsters approaching the ship. Yes, mortals. It is finally time for this most hallowed of Shining Force fights. I didn't know there was one in this. It's a lot more grandiose than the raft in 2, I'll say that. But monsters are monsters, and monsters shall be dispatched all the same. In glory's name. Hut 2, 3, 4. But yes, I think Karen is great, I think Hollow Ataraxia is great, and if Karen being added to Grand Order gets one more person to play Hollow Ataraxia, then well done, Type Moon. Well done to Lightworks. Alright, while we're chilling, mortals, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about yourselves, yes. It's interrogation time. No, I kid. It's simply a question of, what are you going to be doing for Valentine's Day? Not only is it an important holiday, I understand a bunch of VTubers have special streams for it. Ha! I don't know if I'll do the same, Tamara. Ah, sending pictures of your chocos. The chocolate part of Valentine's is quite nice. I dig me some chocolate. Alright. Head to this side, Chris. Oh, that's such a nice hobby to have. Yes, Congo. I was simply asking everyone what they plan to do for the 14th. Since it's the closest holiday coming up, and I've seen a lot of VTubers seem to have stuff on in their schedules. I wish now I kind of wish I had friends to make chocolates for. I've never made chocolates before, but I've never had any reason to make them. I simply have not had the I've not been required to. That is interesting that so many people would be making chocolate. Hey, 2 people is better than none. Being able to show your appreciation for your friends is always very good. That's what holidays are for, after all. That's what birthdays and holidays are for. Da 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 da. Chocolate ganache in a nice jar. Well, that sounds like a great gesture. Ah, maybe I will just partake of some chocolate of solace by myself on the 14th. Though I'll also be I believe I'll also be doing karaoke and a Dissidia drinking stream, which will just be a place for people who don't have anywhere else to go on Valentine's Day, like myself, to just, you know, have a place to hang out. Conch or shellfish? Conch. Alright, Tamaro F. Lollies, I'll remind you. Buy alcohol. There, I reminded you. Oh, May! If she gets to level 16, I'm promoting her. Oh, do share, Congo, do share. Blaze level 2 on the shellfish and the sea bat. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Why, yes, I have. In fact, Katawa Shoujo was my first ever visual novel that I read. So it has a special place in my heart. Congo, I will not joke, I will not lie. That is literally what I thought when I planned it. I thought I am the Kenji route. I am providing the Kenji route for those who have not, you know, gotten onto the route of one of the girls. Instead, we shall simply get drunk on the rooftop. That is honestly, I did think that. I did think that while planning it. Indeed. Great minds do think alike. How serendipitous. Yeah, exactly, with the bros. Aira, I hope you won't be offended by the fact that I'm not going to watch that, but I'm not going to watch that. Please don't be offended that I'm not going to watch that. I have to maintain some sort of filter for what I watch. Like I don't want to upset VTubers, but there's certain material that I just nope out of. Like Arippy's been streaming I Had No Mouth and I Must Scream. And I cannot tango with that. I honestly was kind of concerned about like where to fit my karaoke in. But I did eventually, like along the week, but I did eventually decide on the 14th. So it is also kind of an unofficial Valentine's Day karaoke. I can't believe the sheeple asked for the writing of explicit Trevor Phillips X the King of All Cosmos fanfiction. You sheeple sure are strange. Your sheeple sure are strange, Era. Do. I'm in a good enough place. Let's slash the Pegasus Knight. Personally, I mean, you know, I've thought of this, mortals, but not fanfiction writing exactly. But I have considered at some point doing a stream where we just make something in Ren'Py. We just kind of slap something together in Ren'Py. Some sort of visual novel. Because Ren'Py is like a program, I guess, that lets you make like an engine. It's an engine for visual novel making. Ah yes, an idol is the person that answers the dreams of the supporters, and the dreams of her supporters were Trevor X King fanfiction. Ah, the minds of mortals are quite mysterious. Hey T4N3, how is it? How are you doing? How are you doing? We're having a rousing conversation. Blaze level 3, let's go! No, I wasn't thinking of gathering assets. I don't know about that. Because I'd feel weird about using, you know, placeholder like assets or something like. Well, I mean like assets from other things. I would feel weird about that. I would probably just slap something to get slap like cubes together in paint. What I do when I fiddle around with Ren'Py, because I cannot draw, is I just take a rectangle as a I fill in a rectangle with color and to represent a character, and then the words on that. I changed some text on it to represent the different sprites, the different emotions. Oh, it's good to see. Everybody's everybody's supporting you, T4N3. Isn't that nice? Wishing the best for you, friend. MS Paint art time. No, there will be no art. It will simply be a box. Making a geometric shaped dating sim with Carmine. That's the thing, though. I would flavor it as if it was as if it was real, as if there was real art or something. I suppose my concept pitch would be something like an office setting. Because with an office setting, mortals, comes office ladies. Now I'm thinking of the T-Block-san, you can't spin there. Yamate T-Block-san, you cannot spin there. Oh. Okay, but seriously. I shouldn't do stuff like that. Let's not say so. But seriously, now I'm thinking of all the ways you could flavor it. Because Helltaker is an office theme, is a hell themed office kind of setting, office lady setting. So you could flavor it. You could flavor it any number of ways, depending on what the office is doing. If you just kind of spice up what work the office is involved in. One of your friends is an office lady VTuber. Yes, that is indeed something to appreciate deeply. Office ladies are a blessing upon this earth. One who chooses to be one as a VTuber has excellent taste. Alright, Luke. Kill it. Yes, Luke, heal Tao. You're expendable. Tao needs to live. Oh! That's very nice. That is very nice. That kind of serendipity. Serendipity? No, that's not the right word. Synchronicity? No, never mind. Perhaps there is no word for what I think. There probably is, but I just can't think of it. Anyhow, yes, that does sound that sounds very intriguing. The only person in need of a heal would be me, I think. I'm often surprised actually at how big how wide and deep the gamut of VTubers runs. You have every shape and size imaginable. It truly is a massive world. Oh, come on, we did the cool flourish and anything. I'm glad I did not shout out an attack name. Imagine whiffing a cold shot, mortals. Imagine yelling out the name of your attack, or enacting a mystic chant, and then missing. It wouldn't bear thinking about, mortals. In Kamen Rider Den-O, one of the characters only says the name of their attack post-hit, so they never look bad. That is smart. That is smart thinking. This character is very clearly a smart cookie. They know what they're doing. I feel a twinge of guilt now that Kamen Rider has been mentioned because Resha Sentai Tokuga, I will get to you, I swear, please. I just need to catch up on the anime from last season and then start anime from this season and then all of the Resha Sentai Tokuga sitting on my computer. I will dive into you and I will rewatch, because I only watched, when I first watched it, up to a little past where the Orange Ranger joins. I think when the Yellow Ranger swaps bodies with one of the villains, that's when I stopped watching. And I have it, and I'm gonna watch it all from the start, but I need to do that, and I haven't. Just scream excessively like a madman before lunging at your enemy. It asserts your dominance. That's not very gentlemanly. I don't think I could do that. It seems a tad rude to me to do something like that. May is level 16, and quite on the road to 17. I feel like she's deserved a level up. Yeah, we'll raise her up when we get to, we'll promote her when we get to the next town. Ki-ai is a proper concept. Yes, I was taught that in karate. It was simply a child level of karate. I never got higher than blue belt, I think. Oh wait, no. That's higher than I would say. Orange. It was it was one above yellow, which is one above white. Brown. Brown was one before black. Brown was one before black in the dojo, I seem to recall. Having a brown belt meant you were one step off from your first black belt. But yes, the key, the concept of yelling out with a strike. It was very interesting because I had a background in karate when I then started learning ninjutsu. And obviously in ninjutsu, the fundamentals were similar. The fundamentals were similar. But obviously you don't want to use ki unless you're engaging in open combat. I love the brief time I spent studying ninjutsu as a child. It was very interesting. I was introduced to it. They simply did a there was a local, not like a festival, a sort of maybe like a not exactly a fair. It was just kind of a local event. There was a Dippin' Dots ice cream. It was all happening outside the local library. People were there, and they had a tent set up, and in which all they were doing was teaching kids how to perform a crawl, a really efficient stealth crawl, a slow inching crawl, how to very efficiently crawl across the ground with as little motion as possible. And I did that, and I thought, yes, I must sign up for this. And I was not disappointed. Mortals, that's a mermaid. Mortals, that's a mermaid. Taking a drink because I just saw a mermaid. Yes, white, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, brown, red, black. Yep. Oh yes, it was a great time. I had a lovely time with ninjutsu. I'll tell you a story about that actually if I haven't told you it already. Actually, I'll tell it anyway. But first, mermaid. Mermaid is important. We might have a ship as transport for this chapter. Everyone here seems rather burly. Anyhow, so, yeah, not yet. We have to find. What? What? Why is the king owning a shop? Why though? Why though? The Merchant King. I'm intimidated by his mere presence. What is my interpretation of mermaids? He owns both shops! He owns both shops, mortals. I can't. So, mermaids. I'm sorry, that's just taken all the breath out of me. The double surprise. If I was retired, the last thing I would want to do is work. Is he crazy? Search. Island Hotel, now open. So, my interpretation of mermaids. I think they have gills. I think they have no need of holding their breath. I think they are Well, actually, I think they are somehow somehow have the capability of both breathing underwater and on land. So they must have a biological system they can switch on and off that allows them basically gills. Oh, there's a mermaid there, but we can't talk to her. Too far away. However, they can still breathe while on land. Well, I'm not on land, but above the surface of the water. You know what I mean. I believe in deep-sea mermaids setting-wise for the most part. Of course, of course. Mermaids lose so much of their romance. Like, so much of their romance if you can't picture deep-sea mermaids or mermaids living at the very bottom of certain parts of the ocean. That's what I think anyway. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Talk to you. Oh, that's a lot of fish. Boken, the adventurer. They'd be living in complete darkness. You think mermaids haven't invented light? It's like how cavemen lived in the dark before, you know, fire. Mermaid lagoons are pretty mystical in their own way. Oh, the mermaid lagoon from Peter Pan is what I think of when I hear that. All they eat is fish. I could get along with this place. But where is the church? I wish to raise May up to the rank of paladin. There we are. Oh, it's Shimmel. Shell's aunt. Shellra, Shell's mum. Yes, I'd rather not be dashed against the rocks if it was all the same to you. There is something that lights the world for half the day. It's called the sun. You say that, but the sun has never brought me happiness. It has only brought me pain and anguish. All the mermaids are one big family here, it seems. I would much rather live in comfortable darkness illuminated by artificial lights. Blind mermaids communicating through echolocation. That would be interesting. But not even dolphins are blind. They simply have different vision. If I recall correctly. Will I continue my journey? Of course, of course. And yes, you can. Raise Gunts. I just realized we went understaffed into the. It was 2 consecutive battles, so we lost. We didn't have Gunts and Hans for it. Carmine is sounding more tuney than usual today. Foolish mortals. That thou would call me a tunibure shows that you are unaware of my true power. You forget I am a cursed being with a demon sealed in my right arm. If I wished it, I could conquer this world and blot out that pathetic sun of yours, shrouding the world in eternal night, an eternal paradise for beings of the dark such as myself. But I do not do this out of a kindness to you mortals. Please accept my charity. Now we promote. We promote May, not Pell. Pell size. And now she'll have a cool sprite. Now, is there anybody else level at least 15? Tao is also 16, so we'll also do we'll do Tao and Diane. It's finally time for the girls to get their glow up. Mage Tao shall be known as a wizard. No, it's wizard. A powerful sorcerer, one that shall aid us on our quest. And we must promote Diane. She who has outstripped Hans, our archer, for much longer period. A bowmaster. Ah, that one has mastered the bow. I've been catching some of Corpse's streams of Pathfinder when I can, and the Aripi in it is an arcane archer. The concept of that class being casting spells through bows, like using bows as a focus to cast spells, is so incredibly interesting to me. I really think I ought to check that game out sometime, because it seems to have a lot of interesting classes that I've never heard of. I simply requested to I simply requested to be a bard, and I ended up as something called a flame dancer, which is a subtype of bard with a heavy association with fire. Seems very interesting. Can I help in some other way? Nope. We are quite good, thank you. I have never heard of Prompt. Descendants of the Ancients, I can't avoid being Tosaka Tokiyomi. I would like to avoid being Tosaka Tokiyomi. What happens to Tosaka Tokiyomi is not quite pleasant. And he himself is not particularly pleasant either. Ooh, the whole sea is pouring into the ring reef. Now this sounds like an interesting plot thread to follow. All I have to do to avoid being like Tosaka Tokiyomi is to avoid taking any disciples that may betray me in such a cruel fashion. So really, and I don't particularly take disciples, in fact. If anything, you should be worried, Kongo, about turning out like Tokiyomi. For you have many Kondeshi. Missing Friar in the ring reef. Oh. Of course, of course. In Kongo's case, that would be welcomed. You hear that, Kongo's Kondeshi? You have free reign. Stealth attack him all you wish. Ah, Shining Force, good taste. Thank you, Neff. I really do love this game. I haven't played it nearly as much as I should have, but I played it when I was real young, and Shining Force, and especially Shining Force 2, really stuck with me in particular. So when I started VTubing, I knew I wanted to stream some. It's always nice to see that some people have heard of Shining Force. Wait, no, I want to go to the King's Throne Room, thank you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's because of the centaur. What's because of the centaur? Hold on, are you saying that I only like this game because there's a centaur in it? Because that's a slanderous accusation, and that's not true. I like it, and it happens to have a centaur in it. Wow, this king is tourism focused. Aha! So you were caught unawares, Congo. Do I like the Fire Emblem series too? I have not played nearly enough Fire Emblem, I'm afraid. I have only played, maybe 20? No, maybe like 10, I don't know, because there's counting the prologue. A fair few missions deep into Fire Emblem for the GBA, aka the Blazing Blade, and Awakening, and some Three Houses, along with you know, being introduced to the series in the first place by Fire Emblem Heroes. But I'm not really a good at strategy RPGs. I just happen to be playing Shining Force. Luckily, with the simple combat system, I am prevailing. Ah, so you're saying that you were not caught unaware? Ah. You'll have to wake up early on the right side of the bed, Tamaro, in order to catch Congo unawares. Oh no, that's not what I intended at all. I didn't intend for this, but it has happened. We must accept it. If somebody played Fire Emblem without worrying if their units died or not. That sounds very much like your style, Congo, but perhaps one day I shall give it a whirl. I've always thought it's weird how people play in hardcore mode, but then if they reset if a character dies. A shining path! That sounds appropriate and fitting for a shining force. Yeah, kind of like a Pokemon Nuzlocke. I mean, Fire Emblem, I feel like a Nuzlocke is more meant to, you know, imitate Fire Emblem, actually. With the concept of permadeath. I wonder if it'd be possible to do a Digimon Nuzlocke. I bet that would be interesting. But yes, I'm sorry if I've Neff, I'm sorry if I've led you astray by playing a strategy JRPG when you pop in, but I'm really bad at these. So most of the games that I stream are not this. I do stream a fair variety, though. What is this? Oh, you should not have high hopes for me. They shall be dashed upon the rocks of this cruel reality, mortal. Oh, you were so close, but no cigar, I'm afraid. Oh, look at how cool my upgraded girls look! This is good. This is a good day to die. Alright, Ken, let him have it. Our hero, our legend, Ken! And the double hit strikes again. That's why they call him Two-Hit Ken. Okay, so the Hellhounds are gonna come from the left. That's gonna be aggravating. But really the game that I want to get into after playing this, mortals, is Shining Force 2, because Shining Force 2 I played further in than Shining Force 1. Haha, Ken is literally a workhorse. That is true. That is an accurate descriptor of him. Alright, May. Show them what for. Very nice. Pitiful worm, you think you can stand against a paladin? 3 points of damage and sleep. Well, she shall wake up and come at you fiercer than ever. There will be no rest, there will be no cessation of movement from you. For the second you stop, you shall breathe your last. Well... They got 2 hits. That Hellhound got 2 hits, mortals, and I am very mad now. I feel I want to show anger here. Interesting, is she using a crossbow now? She was using a bow before. It would be weird for them to be called Bowmaster, but now they are using a crossbow. Why not call them crossbowmen? Very strange. On that topic, mortals, which would you prefer? Using a crossbow or a bow? Whether it's recurve or longbow is up to you. Ah, Congo is in the crossbow camp. Crossbow, crossbow, bow. Well, for my own part, mortals, I am in the bow camp. But I am biased, as while I have never operated a crossbow, I have had experience in archery. My first brush with it was at a ninjutsu camp, but I then later took classes. I was going to tell you a story about ninjutsu camp, but I forgot. So, I learnt ninjutsu as a child. They had a camp. I went. It was fun. But at that camp, mortals, there was, we were divided into 2 teams and pitted against each other. You know, as is tradition. And the thing about it is, mortals... Oh, Tao, you're looking so good. Very nice. The thing about it is, mortals, we were divided into 2 teams, and we each had basically a flag in a base amongst the bush, amongst the trees, amongst the foliage, surrounding the camp. And so we were given party poppers. You know those little, those little party things that you pull on them and they make a noise, and some confetti comes out. We were given those and some string in order to make tripwires, and we posted, and each team posted guards in shifts. And the idea was, if by the end of whoever had both flags by the end of the camp was the winner. Now, fast forward to lunch on one of the days. And everyone else, lunch had been called and everyone was going to lunch. And that included the sentry for the enemy base, as well as ours. Everybody was going. So I, crafty devil that I am, I grabbed myself a pair of scissors and ran to not steal their flag. To not steal the enemy's flag, because if I took it I could be vulnerable, I could be captured. You know, they could, all it took to be eliminated out was, to be forced out of somebody's base, was for them to simply notice you, so stealth was key. And I took I took my scissors and I cut every tripwire in their base, because I thought someone else will make the most of this opportunity. In the end, both teams lost. A third party came and got both of them, but it was a fun experience. I wish I could have done more stuff like that. Oh, Chris. I do have a strong desire I tend to have a strong desire to play some supporting roles. I wish to help others as they rise up to glory and victory. You get it, Congo, you get it. Being a gap filler is admirable. Because it allows people who have their strengths and their preferences to play to those strengths and preferences. I also try to be a gap filler of somewhat by, you know, diversifying in something like a competitive shooter. Not that I play many of those, or am good at them. Alright. Our healers are kind of isolated now. What with this flanking happening. This is a bad scene. Thus I stride into action valiantly. To eliminate this hellhound before it can cause any grief to my comrades in arms. Yes. It just feels good to assist, you know? That's why I played in Final Fantasy XIV, where my comfort zone is ranged DPS. It's less intensive than playing a tank or a healer, but you still do support your fellow party members. Blaze level 3 on 2 Seabats. Yeah, what we want to do now is keep a tight formation. Pure healers in team games. That's interesting, Congo. They are truly the most common form of support. One freeze coming right up. I still have no idea what the difference is between freeze and blaze. It costs 1 more point, but I don't know why. Gort, work your magic. Oh no, what have I done? Tau. Tau! I have done and goofed, mortals. I have done goofed. This is foolish of me. Foolish! Utterly, unforgivably foolish. I put my mage in harm's way at the promise of glory and riches. This is unacceptable behavior from the leader of the Shining Force. Surely Guns can take them on, now that they've been weakened by Tau. Ah, the evade. Mortals, it is most distressing when one evades your blow. Or worse, counters it. Heal level 1 on Carmine. Yes, yes, it flows through me. The health. Alright, finally we get to see Diane in action. Oh, look at the size of that crossbow! Now I see why they call them Bowmaster. Look at the firing rate. Sorry about that, I touched my right analog stick in excitement. And it has a system with the Sega Genesis. It's an arbalest. That's an arbalest? That's what I've been gearing my archers in Age of Empires 2 with? That's an arbalest. The power, the size and power of that thing, it's to be marveled at. And it's a man-portable weapon? If so, I've got some great new weapon ideas. I shall have to learn how to use an arbalest and add one to my considerable armory, after it's been enchanted, of course. Please stop attacking my healer. Nope, nope, you couldn't do it. You couldn't stay cool for 5 seconds, you stupid skeleton. Now you have to die. The only strength they need is the strength to carry them, but an arbalest is hand-cranked and has massive power. Well, one requires power to do the hand crank, to crank the hand crank, I assume. So they are a strength-type weapon. Strength is their equip requirement. That is very interesting. They're functionally the pinnacle of bow technology before the advent of guns. Yes, that is very interesting to hear. A child could crank an arbalest. Ah, so how many children does one need to fire an arbalest? 5, 4 to hold up the arbalest and 1 to crank it. Ah, that is a terrible joke. Certainly not least because I do not know how the ratio of child to adult strength is. Please, Gunts, just end it. I let you into the Shining Force for a reason, and that reason is you have cool steampunk armor in a fantasy setting. And he's come through. He's come through for us so many times. Please die already. Hans is going to perish on the field of battle. There's no doubt about that. Farewell, Hans. You will be sorely missed, by which I mean to say, no, you will not. Diane is better than you in every way. Yeah, send Luke up here. No. I forgot how have I forgotten the buttons mid-playthrough? I press circle to cancel and it confirms in this. One child to carry, 1 to aim. Yes, fair. If the child used all their strength to carry it, and we're not, you know, didn't need to wield it, they could just kind of sling it on their back. And I would say that makes some sense. We have our best frontline fighters moving up. They have no chance. Ah, and this one is going after me specifically. This all gives me the feeling of deja vu. Like it's going, like this entire strategic unfolding of the map is going according to someone's plan. I have no idea who though. It just feels like a schemey thing to do. Muscular endurance instead of strength is what they lack. Interesting. Ugh, apologies for the yawn. So that's the okay. So that's why you shouldn't do serious weight training until you're old enough for it. Come on, Lo. Yes! Take the 48 experience, you earned it. Amazing how the worm enemy and background suddenly make you feel suddenly in space, but it doesn't feel out of place. Just the backgrounds in this game are amazing. They really are. Just look at that. It's beautiful, beautiful pixel art. Yes. Interesting how brain training doesn't have any negative effects for people under the age of 25, though. Since the human brain is still developing up until that point, I've heard. Well, it's training your brain, which is a physical attribute. "21 points of damage. I would say that solely defeats you. Gort once again reigns supreme. I'm frying the brain every day with VTubing is what I'm doing. This will be my third stream since sleeping. I shall be glad to sleep afterwards. When your brain is developing is the best time to learn anything. Okay, interesting. That seems like an incredibly important feature to lose. I'm worried about when I lose it. Pathways into Darkness. I've not heard of that. I might check it out sometime. See what it is. There's a lot of games with good pixel art graphics nowadays, though I feel like the true classic effect is hard to capture. That's our Gort. Very nicely done, Gort. Very nicely done indeed. Now Ken has a window. '1993 game. Well, that does put somewhat of a damper on things. Just a slight one. I'm not... Go for the worms, yeah. Alright, let's get to smoting. "11 points of damage on a worm. Defeated. Pitiful. They flee before us, mortals." The way to Matafa, almost theirs, but no! Victory was ours. The voice of the spirit from the pool of the ancients! I can't believe we actually won that, mortals. I thought it would be way more difficult. Wait, what happened? What's happening with the Shining Path? No! No, though it takes all my remaining strength, you shall not use this path. The voice of the spirit is heard again. I am just that strong, mortals. I hate to brag, I hate to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty cool, you know. Key to the door and manual of the seal. The manual is in Dragonia. We must stop Droxel. The seal must not be broken. Prompt! Ah, I heard about prompt. There's another shining path there. I suppose I have a certain love for tooting my own horn. Alright, well, you're not going to, you know, shower me with any kind of affection or give me, you know, control of my streams or anything. Oh no. Oh no. Mortals, I fear I've become so tired I'm basically delirious. I just spouted nonsense. This could be dangerous. A technique! It was simply my responding to a hallucination given upon to me by the demon residing in my right arm. It is but a trifle, mortals. Now we are going to prompt, which means we've got our boat fixed, I believe. So I can't leave until the king gives his permission. Excuse me. Inhale, exhale, roll your shoulders. There we are. That should keep us going for a bit. Though I shan't run too long this time. I'm pretty sure the king owning a shop actually is a bit of a conflict of interest. Wow. This king is a prankster. Oh, not again. Oh, and I haven't revived anyone. I'm a fool. Oh, what a fool I have been, mortals. Very well, let this be the final conflict. See if we can overcome it. Ah, yes, Congo. He's a very unconventional king. I see why you like him. There's a good reason to be fond of him. If one does not like kings, but one finds an unconventional king, well, there one is. Yes, now. Let's see what we can do with our limited forces. It probably will be a wipe, in which case we'll have to repeat this. Actually, wait, we can egress. I should egress. Yes, well, yes. There's no point not facing this on full strength. May can be revived. Easy. Tao is in bad shape. Yes. I was too reckless with these two last time. I need to be more careful with them. My promoted maidens are very powerful in battle. But I cannot put them too far forward, or else they will fall prey to the enemy. I have so much gold models, I don't need to spend it on any equipment, so... Oh wait, no, let us save. Let us save, priest. Isn't it interesting how it is not a unique occurrence in RPGs that it is priests and at the church who save your game? Now this is a much better lineup, isn't it, mortals? This is a much stronger lineup. This is a lineup that can blot out the sun. That we may fight in the cool and everlasting shade. When was Ken poisoned, and why couldn't I cure him? It's just the lineage of fantasy. Well, yeah, but where did Dragon Quest get the idea, I wonder? That's what I'm thinking. Someone had to first come up with something. If you take my meaning. All inventions are invented by someone. Alright. Just from the Bible at that point. Interesting. Six points of damage is nothing to scoff at, but it's nothing to whoop over either. Jesus can revive the dead, churches are related to Jesus, priests can revive the dead. Or something to that effect. Yes, but saving your game is a much more obscure effect. Oh, tell me it's not just gonna be endless sea bats. Give me 2 hits. Nope, no. The universe is not that kind, mortals. It is a cold and uncaring universe. I have muffed up This is bad. I meant to move Tao back and attack from a distance, but accidentally hit confirm. Now I shall have to ride to her rescue. Yes, that's probably it. That is probably it. It is more convenient that way. "21 points of damage when Gort doesn't miss. Gort does not miss, mortals." Hit with freeze, hit with freeze. Almost a lost trope. Yeah, I suppose that is the case. A lot of games nowadays are use so much autosave that manual saving is a thing of the past. I find that kind of sad, honestly. Yeah, save points with a physical narrative reading. Some sort of, you know, like something that fleshes out the world around you. I quite like that. Like in Final Fantasy IX, the save points are Moogles making records of your journey that operate the Moogle Mail network. Alright, we'll attack this conch. It was a conch. Get it? As in, it was a cinch. But change the I to an O and you get, it was a conch. Oh, I hate it when an enemy survives with 1 damage because I have to waste a full attack on them. Heal is honestly not too powerful in these games, which I quite like. Heal level 2 just increases the radius. As far as I'm aware. Mortals. The Arbalest, look at that. 12 points of damage to a sea bat. Beautiful. Again, I click the cancel. I click what I wish to be the cancel button. And again, I make Chris heal herself. That's another Seabat down. Alrighty. Again! Ending the turn prematurely. In such a situation, in such a state. It is as if I am guided by the spirit of pure hubris, mortals. Oh, now of course they all gang up on the player character. How foolish of them. Don't they know that the hero always triumphs and prevails? Though with them doing that, I now have free reign. Let's talk business, Shellfish. Greetings and salutations, Vel. We're just wrapping up the final fight of what I believe will be the final fight of this stream. Oh, the linchpin left, and Tao's about to die. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. She's fine. It would seem, well, no. I still have yet untapped reserves, but to tap into them for something such as this, oh, it would be a grave oversight, a grave miscalculation. It would be overkill, in fact. Freeze level 2. This is excellent. Hit the conch. Focused blade pierces through all. Considering that. Focused thrust! Yes! Good work, mate. Ah, everyone really wants a piece of me in particular. But I am brooking no damage. We'll just arbalest. Get rid of the Seabat. Oh, you foolish Pegasus Knight, you think you can take on Ken? Ken, the Paragon, the hero, the legend, the brother-in-arms. You shall do no such thing. No, this is incredibly important. I have to heal Tao. With level 2 heal. If I do this, she can live and cast more magic. Lo is almost getting close to promotionable range. I kind of want to promote him just so he can maybe have a promotion spell. Heal 2 on Carmine. Yeah, that's actually a waste, isn't it? Because... What about here? What about this way? Wow, nobody actually does need healing. So I guess I will just heal Carmine. Bum 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 bum. Alright. I wish new enemies would stop appearing. Level increases to 7, increase attack, increase speed, increase maximum hit points. These are good buffs, mortals. And now we blaze. This should crush 3 enemies in one fell swoop. Yes, it did. Well, that one conch is still alive, but those other 2 are dead. You can't hurt Luke. See? He's impossible to hurt. There's simply no way, mortals. No possibility on this earth that Luke could be injured. Alright, go for the gargoyle. Ken, your aim is true. I believe in you. No. Surely it was not foolhardy to do so, right? Surely not. Uh-oh. This may cause problems. Alright, that conch is down. Alright, now let's see how much hellfire we can rain. Freeze level 2 on this conch and shellfish. Icy whisper. Rain down. Not bad, not amazing, but very much not bad. I can work with this. Yes, mortals, yes! Yes! We're so close. So close to absolute victory. The enemy is boxed up tightly. Wait, no, low. Attack this conch so that it can finally die. There we go. And you'll get experience points for that. More than you would have got normally. Get smicked, conch, indeed. It is quite abrupt to be fighting so many crustaceans, so many shelled sea creatures. It was an excellently deployed 1 damage. I'm not sure I've ever done a better one. I love how this ship is supposed to be fixed, but the mast is still broken, or it's already broken again. Whichever has happened, I want to see whoever's responsible for this repair job. Finally, the killing blow. I get to blaze level 3 on 4 targets. Let's go. I have been waiting for this. Yes, burn, burn in an unholy conflagration of hellfire. Rain down. The king just paid for a slip show job. I mean, it was for free, so that would make a certain amount of sense. Ah, there's nothing I love more than using the max amount of targets you can hit with a level 2 blaze or a level 3 blaze is 5. I love hitting 3 or above. So 4, when I get 4, it's always that's the sweet spot. Alright, Ken, attack the Pegasus Knight. One experience point because he is such a chump. Don't worry, we shall be finished. He shall be finished off by the new replacement of Moonlight Shot, of Moonlight Arrow. Go forth, shining silver arbalest, Celine. And that, I believe, is a victory. What will become of the Shining Force? Wow! That was Chapter 5. Yes, it's an Arbalest. So that was it, mortals, actually. It is actually good that we end on a chapter break. I'm afraid I don't have another chapter in me at the moment. But however, we shall go full power in the next. Yes, the next Shining Force stream. We might even clock the game. But for now, let me just move you over to the other screen. And play a little bit of music for you as we fade out. So that was the end, the final battle of Chapter 4 and the entirety of Chapter 4. Chapter 5. It was the end battle of Chapter 4 and the entirety of Chapter 5, start to finish. We did get on that boat, and we spent time on boats nearly the entire time, so I'm glad that the stream title was quite accurate. Yes. For the late night company as always. I do appreciate your company, mortals. I'm glad that I could also keep you company as well then. It is quite nice to do this. Yes, we are going to get off that boat. Next week, in the next Shining Force stream, we shall be like Berserk and we shall finally get off the boat. Thank you all for coming. You've been a wonderful mortal audience. And I hope you all, whatever you may do, have a good rest of your day, or simply a good rest, whichever it is. I'll not make this a long goodbye. Farewell. Thank you all for coming. Farewell.